Hello, viewers, and welcome to the latest episode of The Huddle. Tim Poole here, editor of Gambling Insider, and I'm with James Derbyshire, head of commercial at Sky Bet. James, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Great to be here.
Looking forward to having you on and discussing, so to speak, behind the scenes at an operator, especially a big operator like Sky Bet, particularly in the UK market. To start off with, I thought it'd be great if you could tell us a little bit about your role and your journey with Sky Bet so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm head of commercial at Sky Bet. So I'm responsible for ultimately sort of what the customer sees from a promotion and I guess a commercial strategy. So that includes things like free bets, includes things like our margin-based offers, so Super Boost and our Boost strategy. And it also includes a Sky Bet Club and our loyalty program as well. So just in terms of customer generosity and what we do from a promotional and commercial perspective, I'm responsible for that at Sky Bet. I've been in the business for about 4.5 years. Before that, I'd worked more on the supplier side, actually. So I'd worked for Stats Perform and the Racing Post. So I've been in the industry for about 10 years now, and been at Sky Bet for about 4.5 of those.
Sure. Interesting you mentioned Sky Bet Club. Obviously, there was a little bit of a change in policy last year, which I imagine you were certainly involved with. All these responsibilities that you've listed there, I imagine it was a very busy time for you over the Christmas and holiday period. Various kind of boosts and free bet kind of promotions at Sky Bet. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about how those went?
Yeah, so we're really happy with how with performance over the Christmas period. Obviously, the big news story over Christmas was the teenage dart sensation Luke Littler, our darts performance was record breaking. We changed what we did sort of from a promotional strategy, just in trying to engage with I guess the masses and the mass market recreational base through free bets and incentives, and it played through. We had a great looking product for the final with hundreds of requester bets, which have sort of been our staple for a number of years. It was a really good Christmas period, and I think topped off by a record-breaking PDC World Darts final that really captured the imagination of the sporting public.
Yeah, I was definitely going to ask you about the darts and Luke Littler, so I might just fast forward to that question, seeing as you brought it up there. And on those requester bets, I did have one in the final. I was 140 plus checkout short of a 9-1 coming in. It almost came in. It was a high quality final, a really good tournament. In terms of the darts, year long, how big is it for Sky Bet? And when the World Championships are on, is it the #1 event for you guys?
So just in terms of darts, it would always be the world finals in December. For the past 2 or 3 years, really, we've seen really big growth in that tournament in December. For a number of years, we've always had a Christmas campaign that we have sort of tried to bind racing, football, and darts and NFL to some extent together to create a sort of an all-encompassing sports proposition for customers through Christmas. Last year darts was good. This year darts really flew. Darts more broadly is a popular market and a popular product for Sky Bet, but the World Championships really sort of capture the imagination, and it's sort of that lightning in a bottle, if you like, with a number of different sporting events and big days throughout the Christmas period.
Sure, and of course Luke Littler would have definitely helped sort of bringing global attention, really. And I mean, I've had colleagues and friends telling me that they were getting notifications from BBC and Sky apps, which they never did before for darts. I wanted to ask you a little bit about super boosts and double up boosts. The kind of product that is it's something that a lot of brands do, but obviously Sky Bet has the double up and an occasional super boost. If you have Mo Salah, one shot on target, let's say it's evens, and let's say it comes in, behind the scenes strategically, what are the kind of pros and cons? Because if everyone backs it and it comes in, obviously there's a good payout there for the punter. But is it worth it when it versus, I guess, the attention it draws?
So the way that we've always approached our boost, I guess, they're a loss leader. But what we do is drive customer engagement and customer activation for that weekend, for that week, for that match, wherever it might be, that tournament. So we really want to drive engagement, get customers active with us, and then obviously, hopefully, they're with us for longer. So that has always been the strategy. That has always been the play. Of course, we have seen that has become more prevalent throughout the industry, but we're more than happy with the sort of the way that we approach it and what the customers then go on to do with us following that. But it's a balance, right? And we need to find that balance and ensure that those customers are with us for the rest of the weekend, the rest of the tournament, wherever it might be. But yeah, it's a balance, and it's one that, again, we've seen replicated throughout the industry. But it's really important that customers feel that there is, I guess, that value out there, and they can get behind something that they can, I guess, be with us for on the key matches and the key events throughout the year.
Yeah, and as you say, so retention comes into play after that, and that's obviously you mentioned the Sky Bet Club earlier. That's certainly one tool that helps in that regard. And from what you're saying, then I suppose if there's a super boost or a big boost on the early kickoff on the Saturday, hopefully you're seeing that you have a lot more activity throughout the weekend thereafter than perhaps if you hadn't kicked off the weekend with a big fixture and a big kind of boost.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we want to drive engagement. We want to make sure that customers see that and are active with us, and they're spending their share of wallet as much as possible with Sky Bet.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that your colleague Michael Shinners has talked to us about for Gambling Insider magazine is sort of, I guess, giving more control to players, but certainly more choice. And this may be subjective, but something I think I've noticed in 2023 was I've had a lot more choice as a bettor, and I've loved it. But it's made it a little bit harder for me to maybe win or be more profitable. Is kind of our bet builders and these kind of boosts and very clever, very flexible bets, do they potentially increase the choice for players, but also maybe increase profitability for a brand like Sky Bet?
Well, yeah, things like bet builders, by definition, the more selections that you're putting into your bet builder, the higher the potential winnings that come for the customer, and I guess sort of implied higher margins as well. So what we want to do is ensure that customers are able to build the things that they want to build. They want to include the markets and the selections that they want to bet on, and we have things that are pre-canned, like requester bets, as I mentioned earlier, and requester bets are there, and customers can go in and simply pick something that we've built for them, or they can go in and create something that is completely bespoke and unique to them, and I think it's giving them that flexibility to do that. So if they're after something that is a shorter price, they can do that. If they want something that's slightly longer and gives them that sense of I guess that sort of that big payout, they can do that as well. But really the focus is on customer choice, customer ease, and we're continuing to innovate in this space. And there's a number of different products that we're hopefully going to be rolling out in the very short future in the bet builder space.
Yeah, brilliant. On that note, obviously a product that Sky Bet recently introduced, which I'm sure will be excited to talk about, is the Acca Freeze product. Now, it gives the customer, I think, a big advantage. I haven't tried it myself. I think I'm almost a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried that I'll use it on the wrong leg or something like that. And it's probably reminiscent of when Cash Out kind of first came to the market. But could you tell us a little bit about Acca Freeze and maybe how it's been performing for you as well?
Yeah, so the idea with Acca Freeze is that customers could come in, they place a match result multi accumulator, and as long as the accumulator is over 5 legs and doesn't include draws, they can come in and basically when their team goes 1-0 up, or they can lock that in with a freeze. So each customer will get a token per match result multi, and in effect they can freeze that, and that will in theory, settle as a winner. Obviously, you need the rest of your selections to come in, but that one then comes in, it's locked as a winner. So the idea again is and the marketing strap line we've used for it is end the game your way. So again, customers can come in and make sure that selection is locked in. So we spent a lot of time deliberating on, accumulators are incredibly important to us, they're incredibly important to our customers, and we know how much they love them. And we spent a lot of time, thinking about what we wanted to do in the accumulator space. There's lots of great features out there already, Acca Insurance, and things like that, and boosts within accumulators. But what we wanted to do is do something very different, and we believe we've done that. And now we want as many customers to try that product and that experience as possible. So yeah, it's a great feature. Nobody else is doing it, and we believe it really sets our accumulator proposition apart. So yeah, again, the idea is they come in, they freeze a particular leg of their accumulator, and that particular leg is then therefore a winner. So yeah, that is Acca Freeze, but the idea is, I guess, control and simplicity.
Yeah, I can imagine an intriguing prospect where maybe you've got five games, all 1-0 up. Which one do you freeze? But I mean, a gambling insider, we've got to commend you on that, because as you mentioned, it's unique to Sky. It's certainly something that we haven't seen elsewhere. Knowing industry trends, it's something that probably your competitors are looking at and thinking, how can we maybe replicate that in a different way? But certainly, yeah, it was definitely new, and yeah, we've got some coverage coming out on that in our upcoming magazine. Given the product and the marketing campaigns that we've been talking about, how do you kind of reflect on Sky Bet's position in what is a really competitive UK market?
Yeah, it's super competitive, and we work every day to deliver standout customer experiences and propositions. So it's super competitive. We've had a really strong 2023. We're happy with where we are, but we want to do more. And next year this year rather, we've got we're looking forward to Cheltenham. We're looking forward to there's going to be some key sporting events. We've got heavyweight fights, we've got the Masters, we've got then the end of the football season, and then we roll into the Euros. So again, the focus for this year is delivering standout customer experiences, standout promotional and commercial experiences as well for our customers, and making sure that they don't have any reason to go anywhere else effectively.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I was gonna. You took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna ask what the plans are for 2024, but I think you've outlined it well. And maybe a final word. Are you expecting the Euros to be maybe usually the major tournaments beat records every time. Are we expecting more of the same? And also, can England win it?
Well, that's the age-old question. So yeah. I think yeah, we are expecting the Euros to be big. We continually strive to break records and grow and demonstrate that we can be better each time. The last World Cup was really good for us. We saw some record-breaking numbers, particularly on the World Cup final itself, and we want to surpass those with the Euros this year. So that's the ambition. We want to do it bigger. We want to do it better. Can England win it? I don't know. I don't know where we are in the standings at the moment. I think we're probably maybe second or third favourite. I don't know where we are from an England perspective, but I think the ambition is, and again, to drive that customer excitement and that customer engagement, we want England to get as far as it possibly can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. James, real pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for your time and for your answers.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Thanks. And yeah, and to our viewers, thanks for watching, and see you next time.